This video is brought to you by Mint Mobile. So the S24 Ultra is here in the house, and it's time to do a quick unboxing, walk through the setup, and I'll also go over some of the features and my first impressions with the device. I also got a bunch of other accessories that came with the pre-order of the S24 Ultra, so we'll unbox those as well. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. All right, so here we have it, the Galaxy S24 Ultra in its box. It comes in a black box, and you can see the device is shown straight on the front, along with the S Pen. And something subtle but kind of cool and clean is that they have a drop shadow on the design as well, which I think looks kind of nice. But either way, it's very subtle and unimportant. Got Galaxy S24 Ultra branding on the side here, Samsung branding on this side, and then some information about your device. And then you have your pull tabs. On the bottom is just like the CCID and the IMEI of the information of the device itself. But the colorways, as you can see, I did get one of the special editions, so I did either get the blue, the mint, or the orangey color. There's also, I believe, a regular gray titanium, a black, a violet, and a yellow, if I'm not mistaken. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So as I said, you do have pull tabs down here. Going ahead and just pulling them off. Super simple. It's very easy. No need to get any kind of X-Acto knife. Popping those right off. You just go ahead and slide off, and there you go. You get the S24 Ultra revealed here. As you can see, I did get the light blue colorway, which looks very nice. Let's see what else you get. Nothing else. It's so simple nowadays. No wonder they give you so much extra accessories when pre-ordering. So you don't get anything else on the bottom, but I believe I missed some stuff on the top. Yep, so right here at the top, you do have a little box with, I guess, a cable and I think like your SIM card ejection tool. There it is. So quick start guides, SIM card ejection tool, and then a USB-C to USB-C cable. I am curious to know if this is a 5 amp cable. See if it's capable of 45 watts charging. I think usually they don't provide that. Usually it's only capable of 25 watts. But now taking a look at the device itself. So we got everything cleared out. And first, matte black sides here, which is titanium now. And then you also got your light blue Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2, I believe, on the back glass. Buttons, ports down at the bottom, S Pen, and just revealing and taking off the little protector here for the first time, seeing what the glass looks like. Look at that, flat display. One of the newer upgrades, you could say. It depends on if you think a flat display is an upgrade or not. Looks nice. Let's go ahead and turn it on, see if there's any juice. And while it's turning on, potentially, we'll bring to the side here the S23 Ultra. So at first glance, can you see a difference in the reflections? That's one of the biggest talks of the town. And yeah, you can definitely see a difference there. You can see the camera. Oh yeah, reflections are definitely improved on the new glass of the S24 Ultra. You do got that new Corning Gorilla Glass, I think Armor is what it's being called. So that's going to be interesting to see how it affects the colors and the day-to-day experience, if it does at all. And then we have the welcome. So you can see here as well, pretty minimum bezels, even throughout the whole display. Camera cutout is just a little bit smaller now compared to the S23 Ultra. All right, so there you have it. You can see the bezel size as well as the camera cutouts. It's just a little bit smaller. So let's go ahead and go through the setup process here. So as always, go ahead and pick your language. You can go ahead and review your terms and conditions here. You can agree to all. That's what I'm going to do. And then quick and easy, you get the option to transfer your data from an existing device, whether it be an Android device or an iPhone or any kind of Apple product. So I'm going to choose Galaxy or Android. And this is something that's not new this year, but that Samsung has been introducing over the past, I think, few years with their previous Galaxy devices. So all you have to do, in fact, I didn't even have to do anything. It already shows here on my S23 Ultra that there's a Galaxy S24 Ultra ready to be set up. I didn't press anything. It just popped up on its own. Click setup. It's going to automatically connect them together. And it should be a seamless wireless stream. Okay, so it's going to ask for you for the QR code here. You scan it. Now it should connect them together, and the information from your S23 Ultra should be transferred over to the S24 Ultra. So as you can see, all your accounts will just easily transfer over from your old device and even the PIN number. So I'll go ahead and put my PIN number into the S24 Ultra. Next up, you do have the option to set up your mobile network, which I will be doing right now. So you do have the option to insert a physical SIM card, or you may also still transfer over some kind of eSIM. Personally, as you can see here, I still rock a physical SIM card, and that's thanks to today's video partner, Mint Mobile. So if you ever thought to yourself, why is my phone bill so damn high? Well, let me introduce you to Mint Mobile. They offer premium wireless for as low as $15 a month. You don't have to sacrifice speed, coverage, or data because they're built on the largest 5G network. And they're able to keep that price so damn low because they actually don't have any physical stores. Everything is done online. You buy and select your plan, then you order your SIM, whether it be an eSIM, or if your phone isn't eSIM compatible, or if you just prefer a physical SIM card, you can still get one of those shipped out to you for free. I personally have been a Mint Mobile customer for at least 3 years, and I've had nothing but a good experience. I don't notice a difference between my Wi-Fi data and also my mobile data, so I'm able to do my everyday stuff when it comes to just watching videos, streaming music, playing games, or browsing social media. And Mint also has the ability to set up a modern family plan for you. All you need is just 2 lines. And switching to Mint is super easy as well. It took literally 15 minutes to pay as little as $15 a month. So don't let the big carriers take advantage of you any longer. Use my link down below, trymintmobile.com/tacotech, or scan a QR code on the screen to get yourself started. It helps a lot when you use my link, so thank you. And let me know down in the comments if you made the switch. So my accounts have been added. Go ahead and continue. And I think we're going to, here we go, to the point that we're copying the data over from the S23 Ultra to the S24 Ultra. So I do want to copy some of that data. Go ahead and get started with Smart Switch, allow permissions to be able to transfer that data. And you have the option to either do it by cable or via wireless. So if you do it by wireless, you have to connect them together. And I think it typically takes just a couple minutes longer, but by cable is typically the fastest method. So let me go ahead and grab a cable. Once you plug them in, I click cable, and it should automatically connect them. Yep, confirm here that you want to connect. Connecting to the S24 Ultra. And what it's doing now is searching all through my files to find data that could be transferred over to the S24 Ultra. And just like that, you do have the option to customize what you want to transfer over. So you can transfer everything over, just causing contacts, or you can customize it. So if you only want select stuff, you are able to just select the specific types of files and documents and applications and whatnot that you want to transfer over. So as you can see, the apps is what's really killing me here. I have a ton of apps available here. So that's what's going to kill me as far as transferring data. So I'm going to go ahead here and select what I do and do not want, and I'll get back to you in a second. All right, so I've gone ahead and selected everything that I want to transfer over, and unfortunately it's going to take quite a while. So I will have to come back in a little bit to continue on to see how they're doing. So once you select everything that you want to transfer over, again, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. So many people like to start fresh from the beginning and just install things as they need it. Personally, I might as well just install everything that I need because sometimes I'll forget and I'll be like, where did that information or app go? So I'm just going to go ahead and transfer the stuff that I know that I need and want and go from there. So let's go ahead and start the transfer process. And here you'll see it's going to take a hot minute. So we'll go ahead and let the transferring continue. I believe I should be able to do some stuff in the background while the data transfers, but I guess we'll find out. So I am able to go ahead and start going through the rest of the Google services setup. Do I want to start Google Assistant? I actually don't. I find it annoying whenever I turn this on because I have a Google Home. So I'm going to go ahead and skip that. Nope, skip that for now. And here we have the new AI features with the S24 Ultra. Talks about all the different features with your phone. You get real-time translations during voice calls. Samsung keyboard helps you with your style and writing and spelling. The interpreter, which allows you to obviously translate, in real time with someone if you need translation. Samsung Notes has a bunch of new AI features with summarization and being able to pretty much reorganize your data or notes if you have it all misorganized. Voice recording is better with text transcriptions, and Samsung Internet has its summarization and stuff. Photo editor, obviously, you got a bunch of AI features there when it comes to AI editing. But one thing I just want to note that I don't know if it's typically AI stands for advanced intelligence. I thought it meant for artificial intelligence, but I could be wrong. But just something I noticed when everyone was making their videos. Continuing here with other Samsung services. And finally, that's pretty much the end. That wasn't too painful. That took like maybe 15 minutes or so, 15, 20 minutes. So finish. And I think it should allow us to just jump right in. Yeah. So here we are. We are in the S24 Ultra. I am going to turn this on to light mode only because it's easier to see. So while the data transfers, we'll go ahead and open up the accessories I purchased along with the pre-order of the S24 Ultra. So first, I want to start with the Galaxy Buds FE. Personally, I'm pretty excited for this device only because I was a big fan of the feel of the original Galaxy Buds, and they have that wingtip that those had, so I'm excited to take a look at these. They have not many features, but I think the fit is the most important thing for me. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at these. So again, you have those pull tabs, which are super simple and super easy to pull right off. Oh, that one was terrible. There we go. Okay, that was bad as well. There we go. All right, so you just slide it up and we're introduced with a, oh, before I forget, I always forget about this little insert in here. Is there anything of importance inside of here? I always feel like I mess up opening this up. Is it just quick guides and start guides? Yeah, it's just your terms and conditions and quick start guide. First things here is you find your perfect fit by choosing the correct wingtip. You have two sizes, small, medium, and medium large, and then three different types of ear tip sizes. So small, medium, large. And there are the buds themselves. I did get them in the white version as you saw there. Slides right off. Glossy finish. I'm not a fan of the glossy finish on cases. Personally, I prefer a matte finish, but it is what it is. And then you also get a, I'm assuming USB-C to USB-C, or is it USB-C to USB-A? It is USB-C to USB-C. So you get your USB-C cable to charge them, but no brick. And then you also get, looks like these are the wingtips, the additional wingtip sizes. I'm guessing there's already one installed. I'm guessing it's probably the small, medium, or the medium large. I'm not entirely sure. Oh no, these are the wingtips. So these are the additional wingtips. And these are the additional ear tips. So usually the mediums are installed. So as you can see, very similar box to the previous Galaxy Buds, or all the other Galaxy Buds that have been around since I believe the Galaxy Buds Beans, or the Live? I think they're the Live. They're the ones that look like beans. So here's my Buds Pro. As you can see, pretty much the exact same case size. So if you have any accessories for the Galaxy Buds Pro or the Galaxy Buds Live or the Galaxy Buds 2 as well, those should fit perfectly with the Galaxy Buds FE. Only important thing is to note is that I don't believe there is wireless charging down here. So if you do use that a lot to charge these, then unfortunately you don't have that available. USB-C at the back here, as you can see. And then looking at the buds themselves, they look very similar to the Galaxy Buds, the original OG Galaxy Buds. So I'm actually excited to take a look at these. And if you guys want to see a review or a video about these, or maybe a comparison with the current existing Galaxy Buds, let me know. I may take a look at that. If not, I will just use these and may talk about them here and there in future videos. So that's the Galaxy Buds FE. Next is the 25 watt power adapter. So as you know, Samsung does not include a free brick in the box anymore, and this is only a 25 watt, so I could get a 45 watt, but I didn't want to spend an extra 20 bucks for a 45 watt, so I only got a 15 watt, or 15 watt, a 25 watt. I'm going to use this for just other accessories that I have. I already have a 45 watt charger, so one thing I will say here is Samsung, good job for making the package just a little bit smaller. I've had previous chargers that Samsung has shipped that have come in massive boxes, and it's like made no sense because they're trying to help the environment by not shipping a brick inside a box, but they always included the brick itself in a massive box. But now it's a much, much smaller box, at least for the 25 watt one. And this particular one, you do get the cable included. They do sell a package where it's just the brick itself. Let's see, has the brick changed at all? Oh, it has changed a bit actually. This is much smaller. It's energy efficient apparently now. But this is much smaller compared to my other 25-watt chargers that I have. So this is definitely a newer version, which is nice. So I will probably use this and replace it with a bigger one that I have. So that's good to know here. So here you have them, 25-watt power delivery charger. Next up, we do have 2 accessories for the phone itself. So we have a case and we also have a screen protector. So this is the standing grip case. So it's supposed to allow you to prop up the device and watch videos horizontally, but also give you a nice little section to put your finger behind the device so that you can grip it better when you're holding it, which is pretty convenient when it comes to the S20 Ultra, given it's huge. So let's go ahead and take a look at this case. Protective film. Wow, it's very light. Very light color. Only thing I want to note is that Samsung only was giving away the light color. So that's kind of why I got the light blue S24 Ultra to match the case. Even though I do like that color, but kind of wish they had the other colors available in this case. But it is what it is. I'm still okay with it. So it's got a silicone soft touch feel. Very nice. Feels very soft. Feels like it would be pretty comfortable on the phone itself. But here you have, it says here, push down the strap until it is secure. There you go, and you're able to prop it up to be able to watch videos. And because it is silicone, it's not the strongest, but it hopefully should help with gripping onto a table of some sort. So, and as you can see, you can put your hand behind it, makes it super easy to grip onto the phone. I actually kind of like that a lot. So I'm excited to actually take a look at it, or actually use it with the phone itself. And the screen protector, the biggest question I have is there 2 of them? Because I purchased a screen protector before from Samsung and they only came with 1, and I found that kind of dumb because I accidentally messed it up. So hopefully this time around there's at least more than 1. So first up, you get probably a guide tool. Yep, some kind of tool here that's used to guide and install the screen protector pretty easily. And moment of truth, do we get at least 2? We do. Nice. So we do get 2 screen protectors, which is nice. I am curious to know how this affects the anti-reflective screen plus an anti-reflective screen protector. Do they counteract each other, or do they really help make the screen extra anti-reflective? I don't know. But it is a plasticky kind of film type of material. I think it's more plastic than it is film, to be honest. But we'll find out again later once we install this. I won't show the install process because it's a pretty simple process, it looks like. Following the guide here should be pretty simple. I'm sure there's probably videos as well. Yeah, you can scan this QR code right here and you can go to a video guide on how to install it. So that's the important thing that I want to know. Is there 2 of them? There is. So just, I guess, keep that in mind if you were curious. So the data is still transferring, but one thing I thought was interesting was that it didn't have me set up my biometrics during the setup. Usually it has me do that, but this time around it did not. So in case you want to know where do you set up your biometrics, you go down to your settings, look for security and privacy, and then you scroll down. There should be an option here, right here, biometrics. So as you can see, you do have the option for facial recognition as well as your fingerprints. Quick and easy, you can set up your fingerprints, go ahead and register, simply tap around. I wonder if Samsung was ever going to introduce, or is ever planning to introduce, that new fingerprint where it's like pretty much the whole bottom display. I don't know whatever happened to that. I feel like they just got too comfortable with this fingerprint sensor because no one else is doing an ultrasonic as good as them. So they probably feel no need, yes, I know, no need to improve the current fingerprint sensor. So that's something that I do hope that someday they improve. Would be nice to have pretty much the whole bottom display be a fingerprint sensor. But that's how you add your fingerprints in case you were curious, since it didn't show it during the whole process setup. So I went ahead and added all my fingers. As you can see, you're only able to add still just 4 fingers. Not that you really need more, but I guess it would be convenient if you could add more so that you can have your 4 different fingers, or 2 from each hand, and then maybe have like a spouse or something. Or maybe they could add an option here, add a second person or something. That'd be kind of cool. But it is what it is. But here you do have your options of how you would like your fingerprint sensor to work. And then we also have facial recognition, as you know. And I do wish, again, Samsung improved this facial recognition, but because I'm pretty sure it's the exact same as it is on the S23 Ultra. Like, for example, the Pixel 8 Pro has that more secure facial recognition, which I don't know how secure it really is, but let's go ahead and set this up. Ooh, can it actually detect me? Okay, so it knows I have glasses on, but I'm surprised it was able to detect me between the microphone. Okay, it was able to detect me, so guess we'll see how it works with how I set it up. But here you can see you do have different options on how you want the facial recognition to work. So you can have it stay on the lock screen after it recognizes you and then it requires a swipe. You can also require the eyes to be open or not. And you can also have it brighten the screen if you're in a environment where it's not that bright. So it brightens up the screen so for it to work. I personally have to have that off because sometimes, I don't know, middle of the night or early in the morning, you'll want to unlock your device and then it'll just brighten up the display. So I personally recommend having that off. Require open eyes. I personally have to have that on as well to keep it more secure. Found that the Pixel 8 Pro personally seems to struggle with this feature, especially if you wear glasses. But luckily the S23 Ultra did not have that issue, and I'm hoping the S24 Ultra doesn't pick up on that issue from the Pixel 8 Pro. But should be the same from the S23 Ultra, so probably not. So fingers crossed. So we'll go ahead and take a look at some of these features. First thing is going to be that quick search. So you can hold down and circle something on your screen to quickly find whatever it is you're looking for. So go ahead and try it now. So, you get a search bar as well. Well, that's actually kind of convenient. So if you're in the midst of doing something, you don't have to swipe home and then go to your search bar. You can now just say you're in the camera app potentially, and then you just hold down. Then you click search. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, actually. You're able to just easily hold down and quick go into search bar. So not only is it convenient for being able to circle something. So for example, if I circle the Play Store here or the App Store from Samsung, it gives me some information or some Google searches related to that app icon. But I think it's pretty cool that many reviewers haven't talked about the fact that you quickly have access to a search bar here, that you can just quickly go in and type. So if you don't have anything to circle, but you want to search something, just hold it down and there you go, search bar. That's pretty cool and pretty convenient. So here we have the S Pen as well, in case you didn't know. The S Pen is a lighter tone this time. It's more of a grayish color compared to the previous years. Let me actually whip out the S23 Ultras here. I believe it's just full on black, yeah. It's a full on black color. Versus S24 Ultra is just a little bit grayer, which kind of looks nice. And I like the fact that it's a matte black. Of course, it's because the titanium black here on the sides matches the color of that. But I kind of like that it's gray. Kind of gives it a distinct look. But otherwise, it's pretty much the exact same features that you had before. And I use it every now and then. It's pretty convenient when you're trying to grab a quick little screenshot of something small and specific. So it does become convenient every now and then. But we do have the ability now straight to edit with some AI features here. So we should be able to click this AI editor, reimagine your images. So here it talks about some of the things that you can do: remove, move, resize people and objects in your images, then use advanced intelligence to fill in the background. Okay. All right. So tap or draw anywhere, anything you want to move or delete. Select what you want. Okay, I picked up a little bit of Kevin in the background there, but say I want to move him here. I want to resize him. Move him over here, though. This is definitely not going to work nicely, but I kind of want to find out how it does. Oh, actually, that's not bad. That is not bad. View original. Yeah, you know what? That's not terrible. Of course, I did select a little bit of Kevin over there, but that's actually pretty good. I mean, you can see some softness there. It's not specific to the detail how the lines are straight, but that's pretty impressive, I will say. So if you save as a copy, you'll notice, yep, here it says here, a visible watermark will be laid over top so that people know that you created an AI generated image. So here you go. Down here at the bottom, little stars indicate that it was, messed with. And you can clearly see this is definitely AI generated. It's got like a nice halo or glow effect around Jim there. Oh, and it still has a little bit of the what's it called, the Thunderbolt dock on the ground there or on the table. So pretty cool though. And while we're here, actually, the camera, you do now have a 5x telephoto instead of a 10x. 10x is now, it's still supposedly optical at 12, but it's cropping in now on the, I think, 50 or something megapixel. It's a bigger sensor, or bigger megapixel sensor, 5x, which allows you to still crop in and still get a decently good shot. So that's something we'll have to test out and check out comparing to the S23 Ultra, but that is something that is new. What else is new is I know that in video, if you switch over to Ultra HD, go to 60 frames, and you start recording, you will be able to easily switch between all three lenses without having to stop and restart the recording. So that's something that's pretty cool and pretty convenient for some users who may want to record in 60 frames per second and had to constantly stop and play. So this will hopefully resolve that issue. Another thing is that in slow-mo, where is that slow motion here, you're able to change the frame rate, so Ultra HD at 120 frames per second. That pretty much matches a DSLR. So like the camera that's being used to film this video right now is able to record at 4K 120, but that's the max. And now the S24 Ultra can replicate that. Now it is of course a phone sensor, so it may not look as good and as clean, but that's still pretty cool that you can do that now with a phone. So this is always in my pocket, so I could potentially use this for B-roll shots or any kind of slow motion shots that I want. So I do want to take a look at the display, how the anti-reflective display, whoops, I just went to dark mode over here, how the anti-reflective display affects the colors of the display itself. So we are going to go set to the max here. I mean, from afar already, you can see that the S24 Ultra looks a little bit less brighter. If I turn off adaptive extra brightness, it might be because of the eye comfort shield. Let's go ahead and turn those off right now. I will say, you can see that the S24 Ultra does look a bit dimmer, even though it's got the higher nittage capabilities. I set to adaptive brightness max. Yeah, the S24 Ultra does look a little bit dimmer, so that's something interesting to take note of. But taking a look at the actual colors, whoa, wait a minute, this is new. Adaptive color tone. Adjust colors and white balance based on the ambient lighting conditions to make colors appear more natural in different environments. This feature can use your camera as a sensor to detect the current lighting conditions. So this is very similar to the iPhone's True Tone and the OnePlus's Natural Tone, I believe is how they label it. That's kind of cool. I used to think the eye comfort shield was the adaptive mode is what did that. So they've added a whole new feature that does that even more. So you can have this plus this. I don't know how they work together, but looking at the screen modes here, as far as the colorness, yeah, you can definitely see both of them are in natural mode, and I have both. Yeah, all eye comfort shield turned off and all that stuff. And there's definitely a bit of a difference. Oh, and screen resolution is set to quad or full HD out of the box. So let's go ahead and set the quad HD. Not that it'll make a difference, but let's go back to screen mode. Yeah, I can definitely see a bit of a difference. And the S24 Ultra's got a bit of a tint to it. It's got like a, I want to say greenish tint. Switch to vivid. Let's see how that compares. Yeah, I can definitely see what people are talking about, where the S23 Ultra is definitely a lot more vivid. You can see the grapefruit over here, or just the fruit in general. It's a lot more vivid compared to the S24 Ultra. So could this be a potential software update, or is it hardware related? I'm not entirely sure, but I know that Samsung has increased the vibrancy of colors, especially on the home screen, via a software update. So it could also be that it just needs a software update of some sort, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so I did install backdrops here. Gives us a couple options to again take a look at the colors. Again, you can see the S23 Ultra definitely looks a lot more vivid compared to the S24 Ultra, and both of them are in their vivid mode. So I guess right now, if you know you love a vivid display, you're going to want to stick with your S23 Ultra for the time being. Or if you haven't bought the S23 Ultra or the S24 Ultra and you currently want the most vivid display, you kind of want to consider getting the S23 Ultra instead, or at least wait till potentially an update to find out if the S24 Ultra has, changed or improved in their colors after a couple of months or a couple of weeks, depending on when they release an update. If again, it's possible to update via a software update. So that's definitely something to keep in the back of your mind here, to consider what you like in your preferences. So that's where I'm going to end it. A quick first look at my opinions of the S24 Ultra and a few little bit comparisons against the S23 Ultra. I'll obviously be making a comparison video between the two devices. So let me know down in the comments what you guys want to see, as well as what you want to know, not only with the S23 Ultra versus S24 Ultra, but also just future S24 Ultra videos, whether it be just the reviews or just comparisons against other devices. So let me know what you guys want to know, and also what you guys think of the device. And hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and peace.